Godly femininity, not just a look. Today I wanted to delve into the topic of femininity and kind of share my personal struggles with my own femininity and how my understanding of femininity is more biblically grounded and how reading the Bible has helped me see what true femininity looks like. But yeah, femininity has been something that I have struggled with for a long time, especially in relation to race. For those who can't tell, just based off my voice, I am a black woman and I come from the continent of Africa, so I originate from a country within Africa, and I am incredibly extroverted and I'm very full of energy, which is very hard to hear from this audio. Unfortunately, with my personality, that has meant that I have been attached to a lot of negative stereotypes, and I feel like a lot of black women can understand this. For example, black women tend to be one of the most masculinized race, and we are told that we are too upfront and aggressive, which obviously contrasts society's view of femininity. We have also been deemed as the least desirable and dateable race statistically, I think, when it comes to dating apps, etc. And I remember I used to watch videos specifically about this topic, and you know the YouTube algorithm, you watch one video, it encourages another video, and I would see a lot of content about from males talking about why black women are not dateable and why they are undesirable as a race. And I've also been to different church environments or cultures, and there's one specifically that I remember, and I attended for a couple of months or nearly a year before I decided to leave because it just didn't fit me, and that definitely brought out my deep insecurity around that area of femininity and realizing that actually I don't fit the typical feminine stereotype according to society's standards, which definitely focuses more on the external attributes. For example, having long hair, being very soft-spoken, having a quiet voice. I am the antithesis of this. I'm quite loud, I'm quite goofy, and I still am, and I love that about myself. But yeah, for example, going back to that external focus, femininity is seen as in how you dress. For example, if you wear like very long skirts and dresses and soft jewelry and stuff like that, whereas with somebody like me, I enjoy fashion, and so do many of my friends. I like wearing bold colors and black, which is a very bold color, despite having a very colorful personality. I'm not soft-spoken. I'm very, very extroverted in my nature. That is just how the Lord wonderfully decided to design me. But anyways, just facing those struggles really forced me to delve into the Bible to kind of understand, like, what does God see as feminine? Like, what is the biblical definition of femininity? Like, what should we focus on? And having read the Bible and still reading the Bible definitely focuses less on the external attributes, and it's a very internal focus, and there's kind of links to the passage 1 Peter 3 verse 4. It really made me realize that being a godly woman is not just about your hair and your clothes and how you dress, but the emphasis is on your heart posture. It's an internal thing. I think the Bible is very internal focused because God can see the hearts of man. We only see the outside, which is very deceptive, but the heart is really where everything flows out of. But yeah, God created me and many other people to be whether extroverted or introverted or more outspoken or less outspoken, and there is beauty in these personalities. I think how God designed us intricately, very differently, really highlights his beauty and his creativity and how wonderful he is and how creative he is. But collectively, our femininity as godly women resides in our spirit rather than our external attributes. So what that verse specifically made me see is that having a quiet and gentle spirit means being grounded. So being somebody who's anchored, being someone who is slow to anger, having a gentle tone, using your words to uplift people, speaking with wisdom, speaking with grace, having a spirit that is very hard to shake. You're not easily shaken, you're grounded, you're very centered. It means having a joyous spirit. It means, having self-control, being able to trust the Lord. I believe that's what helps you be more grounded. It means having an internal strength, being patient, being tender, humility, having a heart of understanding, compassion, being serviceful, being somebody that is very charitable, being a good listener, being a safe space, being warm. Also having courage to speak boldly. We see throughout the Bible many examples of women who had to speak boldly for the Lord. Having a submissive heart, being able to respect people. And again, that doesn't exclude being somebody who has to speak out and be firm when needed. But yeah, I realized that these qualities I am able to develop these qualities through God, regardless of my personality makeup. You can have these qualities and also have an extroverted or introverted personality, be more outspoken or less outspoken, for example. And that's something that, like I said, the Lord can develop within me through his spirit. And the more you read the word, the more it shapes you. But yeah, our focus should be less about how we look on the outside, rather who we are on the inside. Does that mean that we shouldn't care about our looks? Of course not. I think part of femininity and part of being a girl or a woman is caring about how we dress. I think we should be dressing in a way that is respectful and modest, out of to give glory to the Lord, out of just honor and respect for God. And yeah, there is a clear difference between men and women. We should be using our body is a temple. We should be respecting it and presenting ourselves in a way that is graceful and godly. However, that shouldn't be the main focus. What is the main focus is the spirit that we carry inside, because the external is going to fade. It's going to die. From dust we were made, dust we will return. So yeah, it doesn't matter that I'm black, that I'm more outgoing, that I'm goofier, that I'm a little bit louder than most people, that I'm always laughing, etc. That doesn't make my personality more or less beautiful than somebody who's the opposite of me, and it's the same vice versa. The beauty of me comes from the characteristics of Christ that I exude through the Spirit of God, and how he's continually working that out daily until I meet him again, until I get my new body, etc. But yeah, this has helped me see that I can write down qualities and look at the Bible and see these feminine qualities and think, okay, like, is there any areas that I need work on? Like, Lord, can you help me? And kind of put them into practice. So like, for just one example, let's say you see that you struggle in being more patient or being slow to speak. Maybe that's something that you can put into practice. So maybe actively listening, asking people questions when speaking to them, showing that you're really engaging, and just having that level of warmth and nurturing ability. Things like these are things that we can develop, and the Lord can work within us. But we should focus on cultivating a heart that reflects Jesus more and more than really trying to fit a feminine aesthetic that society has painted, because godly femininity is not just a look.